picked it up?
You
guys hear it?
Yeah, we got it. The defense tonight, Mark was saying, just point of attack and the way that you all were able to learn so quickly how to attack those guys defensively. What stood out to you about the effort and the way that you all were able to execute to such a high degree?
Yeah, just trusting each other, not letting the ball get sticky. I think last time they zoned us, we kind of like didn't really attack as much, and I think now we just kind of played, you know, if we make a mistake, we do, but try to just get better through that experience and embrace being zoned up, and we did a good job of finding open spaces, making shots. I thought we did a good job trying to offensive rebound too, and we did miss, gave us extra possession, so we just worked offensively very well.
Shai, you talked about getting to that flow state as a team and individually too. That 30-2 run that you guys go on in the first half, is that about as perfect of a flow state as you can think of?
Yeah, for sure. Things like that don't happen too often. We were playing well offensively and defensively, and we just kept stacking possessions, staying in the moment. You give yourself a chance to go on runs like that when you do the little things and you stay in the moment. And that's what we did. Gave ourselves a chance, and it happened for us tonight.
Good job. Last week you guys played and their processing, the movements, everything about the games was quick and decisive. Tonight didn't seem that way. What did you feel like was the difference between tonight and last week in that regard?
You're saying they were like that? I think we just tried to make them as uncomfortable as possible playing defense, so thought we'd set the tone there. Watching back our first time we played them, we just like had a lot of blown coverages, and when you give that to a team, they get like a rhythm, and it's kind of hard to stop. So I thought we did a good job of just coming together as a team defensively, and you know, not having as many of those like defensive lapses, and you know, making them like really have to work the possession.
And Shai, you had higher scoring games, quote unquote better games than you had tonight, but tonight seemed a little different. Like the points seemed a little louder. Did it seem any different to you? I know I asked you the other night about making things look easier. You mentioned the work that you put in, but tonight it seemed a little different, like you were trying to send a message or something.
Not at all. I was just playing basketball, a game I love. I work hard, like you said. I try to give the game my all and hopefully see what it gives back to me. But yeah, at the end of the night, I'm just out there hooping, and whatever happens, happens.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Shai, in the middle of the third quarter, it looked like you and Kenny were having a little bit of a discussion that he might not have liked. Maybe it looked like he was maybe upset about the celebration at the end, lose 3. What was that about?
Yeah, I think he didn't like the celebration. Thought it was a little bit of taunting. But I didn't think it was. I thought he was just getting the crowd into the game. Obviously, they were in it because of the game and how it went. But he wasn't, like, it was nothing towards their team, their players, their coaches. It was just us and our fans having a good time. So I didn't think anything of it. And I let him know that. And got otherwise, but we'll agree to disagree, right?
Were you, speaking of that crowd, I mean, with the early start and everything, were you surprised, like, right from the opening tip, just how
Not surprised one bit.
into it everyone was?
Like I said before, best fans in the world. They let us know it every night. We feel it. And they were a big part of tonight's win as well.
Go ahead, Cliff, and then Tim.
He said Kenny. I thought he was talking about Kenny.
Yeah, this is for Shai. So 2 elements to this. First, for you as an individual, you know, there's, you know, the Thunder have been kind of under the radar over the years, up until last year, and now clearly not under the radar anymore. You've got more votes than Steph, Luka, Kyrie for All-Star. So first part of this is, how do you feel about the fact that the fans now see you? And then secondly, for the team, having a moment like this, you know, on national television, everybody seeing you guys in that way. Y'all clearly you know, everybody sees you now. How do you feel about that personally, and then for the team as a whole?
Yeah, personally, it feels good. The hard work paying off. You know, nothing's guaranteed in life, so you take everything that goes your way as a blessing. Don't take it for granted. That's what I try to do. But yeah, it definitely feels good. You just try not to get too wrapped up into it, and keep plugging away at what your job is every night, and that's what I'll continue to do. And as a team, I'm probably more so more excited about that feeling. There's obviously myself as the leading scorer, leader of the team, I'm gonna get most of the praise. But the world seeing all the, we call them cockroaches in our locker room, cockroaches and hyenas. Those are the guys that do the little work, the guys that don't get the most praise. They don't average 30, but their part into our winning in our season is just as big. And I'm glad the world gets to see that, and hopefully the world gets to see more and more and more. That we're not just a 1, 2, 3-man show. We are a full group of 15 guys, 15 basketball players that get the job done every night.
Yeah, obviously, with Hartenstein out, Chet's still out. This looked like a mismatch in terms of their size against you guys. What did you guys think when they went small in the first half?
That so like you said, the obvious is they're bigger than us, and our whole goal was to just be so good playing small that they try to play small and can't have both of them out there on the court at the same time. And I think we did a really good job of that tonight. Being grimy when the bigs brought the ball down, getting the loose balls, helping each other out, scrambling out there. And I think a result of it, we obviously got out on a run and they had to make some changes. And then once the game goes small, it's pretty much our game, our style. And we were able to hold them off the rest of the night.
And you kind of touched on this, but they are a very low turnover team. I know that's a huge part of your DNA is forcing turnovers. Why do you think you guys were able to be so disruptive? J-Dub, feel free to chime in.
He didn't hear it, huh?
I can't lie. He was looking at you, so I was
Your
like,
text messages, they'll still be there. Why were you guys able to be so disruptive defensively?
that's our DNA. We just try and play hard the whole time. Like I said earlier, like when we can get our like communication and just like our like core principles in the game, and we didn't do a good job of that the first time we played them. We were able to do that tonight, and I think that makes it harder for teams to score.
Shai, when you get into a move like you got into tonight, what are the thoughts that are going through your head? Are you saying, "Damn, I'm hooping," or like what are you like thinking in those moments?
Nothing's going through my head at all. I'm out there running around, trying to just be aggressive every play, every possession, and at the end of the night, I look up and see where I'm at, and see what I did good, see what I did bad, and I try to get better the next game. There's no like thought process for me. I'm very in the moment when I'm out there on the court, and I think that's why I have the success I do.
You feel like that makes it easier?
Absolutely. Then worrying about what you just did or what you're about to do or what you didn't do, like none of that can help you for what you're gonna do in the moment. So I find myself just trying to lock in and focus on the next task, the next play at hand.
Shai, Brandon Carlson obviously isn't a guy who plays a ton, but what's it like to see him come in early and make an impact for you guys?
Yeah, it was amazing. He was huge in that run, obviously. He was aggressive. He took what the defense gave him, and he was ready for his moment. And that's all you can ask. Obviously, his situation has been a little bit different, a little bit more challenging, but he was ready for the moment, and it was a big part of the win tonight because of that. And he's part of this team, and like I said, we have 15 guys that know what it takes and get it done every night, and he was just part of the group.
Since you lost to Cleveland last week, you guys really haven't played meaningful fourth quarter minutes for a little while now. Like, what do you guys do to stay mentally sharp as this is going on? Obviously, you're going to have to play some pretty meaningful minutes as the season goes along.
Yeah, great question. It's obviously the end of the game is different with the possession slowing down, so it is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I'm gonna ask coach to leave us out there a little bit longer next time. But we're gonna have to play through it. We're gonna have to figure it out. At the end of the day, it's basketball. We'll work through it. We'll build the muscles when they come. But especially on the front end of a back-to-back, we'll take them like this for sure.
Michael Martin, Ben Cliff.
Shai, this is in and out of the rotation years with injury. Caruso is. You guys have him back tonight. Can you just talk about sort of the level of aggressiveness? It feels like every aspect of your guys' team, ball movement, shooting, whenever he's in, it feels like he just raises it another level.
Yeah, he's a really good basketball player, like skill-wise, and then his brain, his mind for the game is even better. He knows what all 5 guys on our team are supposed to be doing, and then he knows what all 5 guys on their team are about to do almost every possession. And having that on your team and talking to you during the possessions, during timeouts is a plus and raises our level, like you said. And we're just lucky to have him. Obviously, a guy like that on any team will make a difference, and he's made the difference for us for sure.
And then Dub, you mentioned on a recent podcast about the whole ring thing with Caruso. When did that happen? Is that something you guys have sort of revisited throughout the season?
Dang, when did that happen? Maybe like maybe like a month and a half ago. I don't think time period matters, but it's like kind of just one of those things like where we brought it up then, and now it's kind of significant, so it's like in the back of our minds, just going forward. So it's not so much revisiting the whole thing, but just like the idea behind it, like trying to put together a full season.
Shay, you've got your hand wrapped. Did that happen tonight, and how are you feeling midway through the season?
Yes, that did happen tonight. I fell on it on my way down to the floor. Many times I hit the floor. And I feel really good. My body feels good. Bumps and bruises throughout the season that happened, but I feel really good.
Go ahead, Cliff.
Yeah, Shay, you talked about obviously you being a leader on the team and getting a lot of the attention, but you also mentioned all the other guys, and I just wanted to know if you could make the case for the gentleman next to you as to why he maybe should
Cliff.
be an all-star with you.
I feel like a broken record, but like Dub does so many things on the court for us every night. And we can start with his points. So he obviously averages 20, very efficient. Carries the load when I'm out the game, makes plays for him and the guys around him. And then defensively, he, at 6'4",
All right.
It's gonna sound better though. It's gonna sound better. It's gonna sound better.
I'm 6'6".
Chill, bro. Listen.
Don't
All right,
kill my height.
At 6'4", he's able to guard all 5 positions on the basketball court. Like tonight, he guarded a 7-footer. Like I could never, and a lot of guys our size could never. Like those type of things directly impact winning, and we clearly are winning basketball games. And he is. Nobody has their print on us winning basketball games more than Jalen Williams, and that's why he deserves to be an all-star.
Can I ask you a question? Like when you say guys our size, so you're 6'4".
I'm a little bit taller. We're in the same bracket. I still can't do it though. That's what I'm trying to say. You're so small.
It's 6'6" though. ESPN, keep that. Don't edit my height again.
Riley.
Jalen, you guys are 7-0 on the second night of a back-to-back. What does it say about this team's ability to respond to games like this?
Back-to-backs are hard, and we embrace that challenge. So it's something that we like really put a lot of effort towards because of that reason. Like they're not easy. This one's a little more convenient than some of the other ones, but just January in particular is a hard month, and I think that's something that the team like knows and something that we kind of trying to tack head on. This is like a big month to get better, and I think back-to-backs, especially when you're playing against a good team, it doesn't even really feel like that sometimes.
Anybody else? Thanks, guys.
6'6".